Breaking news from London. A growing political storm is shaking Britain's capital as tensions rise between modern governance and centuries-old royal traditions. What began as a local policy debate has now evolved into a national conversation about power, democracy and identity, and it's dividing the country. Earlier this week, London's mayor announced a sweeping new initiative aimed at modernising city policies and promoting social reform. Supporters called it a bold step toward a more inclusive Britain, while critics argued it risked undermining long-standing institutions that have defined the nation for generations. What no one expected was how quickly the debate would escalate into one of the most extraordinary confrontations between elected authority and the symbolic power of the Crown in modern British history. Inside Parliament, reactions were immediate. Some MPs praised the mayor's vision for progress, while others warned it blurred constitutional lines. Commentators across the political spectrum began asking the same question: where does the boundary lie between democratic leadership and royal tradition? Within hours, the story dominated headlines, sparking fiery discussions in Westminster, pubs and social media alike. Then came the turning point. Palace officials quietly released a statement emphasising the importance of constitutional balance and national unity. Though measured in tone, it was interpreted by many as a subtle message that the monarchy would not remain silent if the foundations of British governance were challenged. The statement didn't name anyone directly, but its timing spoke volumes. Political analysts described the moment as a rare glimpse into how delicate the UK's unwritten constitution truly is. For over 300 years, the roles of Parliament, government and monarchy have relied on mutual restraint and respect. When that balance shifts, even slightly, the whole system feels the tremor. Within 24 hours, the story took on a life of its own. Protesters gathered outside City Hall, waving banners both for and against reform. Some argued that modern Britain must move beyond outdated hierarchies. Others said tradition is what holds the nation together through every era of change. For a city as diverse and dynamic as London, that debate felt deeply personal. Meanwhile, economists warned of potential fallout if political uncertainty continued. London's financial markets dipped slightly as investors waited for clarity. Business groups urged leaders to calm tensions and restore confidence. Across the Atlantic, American commentators compared the moment to historic US debates over federal versus state power. A reminder that democracy everywhere faces the same challenge: how to balance progress with stability. By the end of the week, both sides had hardened their positions. The mayor's office defended the reforms as vital to keeping London competitive in a changing world. Supporters framed the controversy as proof that Britain's institutions must evolve. But within Westminster, some lawmakers expressed alarm, fearing the dispute could erode public trust in both local and national leadership. Royal watchers noted that the King, known for his lifelong commitment to public service and national unity, remained calm but resolute. His recent public remarks about the enduring values that bind this nation were seen as a call for perspective, an appeal to remember that disagreement does not have to mean division. Still, the symbolism was powerful. Britain was watching two visions of its future collide in real time, one rooted in modernisation, the other in preservation. Public opinion shifted almost hourly. Polling showed a clear generational divide. Younger voters largely favoured reform and stronger local authority, while older voters defended the monarchy's constitutional role as a stabilising force. Social media amplified every moment, creating the sense that history itself was being rewritten on live television. As political pressure mounted, calls for compromise began to surface. Senior figures in both parties urged cooler heads to prevail, warning that Britain's international reputation depends on unity at home. Analysts noted that the world was watching closely. Allies in Washington and Brussels wanted reassurance that London's political foundations remain steady. Behind the scenes, advisors worked to broker understanding. Insiders described late-night meetings, cautious phone calls and carefully worded public statements designed to de-escalate the tension. But in politics, perception can move faster than diplomacy. Every tweet, headline or leaked comment risked reigniting the flames. Now, Britain faces a defining moment. The outcome of this standoff could shape how power is shared between elected officials and constitutional figures for decades to come. Will modern leadership redefine the relationship between government and monarchy? Or will tradition reassert itself as the guiding force that keeps Britain anchored through uncertainty? What's clear is that this debate goes far beyond one mayor or one monarch. It's about who Britain wants to be in the 21st century, a country rewriting its story or one determined to preserve the values that made it what it is. As the next parliamentary sessions unfold, observers expect intense debate, potential legal reviews, and perhaps even a formal clarification of constitutional limits. For now, both sides are standing firm, and the nation waits to see which vision will prevail. This is more than just politics. It's history unfolding in real time. And whatever happens next will decide not only the future of London, but the balance of democracy and tradition in modern Britain.